Hey everybody, and welcome back to the AW109 1.03 has just been released today, and we're going to do a quick first up in the air, start it up, fly around, and see what's changed. Looks like they did some work on the flight model, some other stuff, and let's see how it is compared to 1.02, and hope we got some improvements and see how it's going. So this time we're going to start checking our controls. Everything's good. Let's go ahead and power this sucker up and get going. So we got battery generators on. Avionics on ground. The alarm's going. Let's go ahead and turn on our articulation and position lights. We're about to fire this sucker up. Things go to light. There we go. All right, light. And then we simply turn on fuel pump 1 on, fuel pump high, and over to idle. That boy should fire up. Kind of quiet. I don't have my volume up. I don't quiet on the interior compared to the exterior, but it could just be good sound quality of the aircraft. I don't know. We'll see. Anyways, all right. Let's fire this second engine up. Fuel pump on. Fuel cutoff off. Fire up engine number 2. Just like last time, we're not doing any IFR or anything like that, so I'm not too worried about setting up the instruments or altimeters. That's all VFR visual flight. So we're just going to do take off, a lap around, see how it goes, guys. Check out, check it all out. So first, we'll take off and do a hover with the SAS system off, um, just to get that set up. And I did not pay attention to the temperature. I don't know if they raised up. Looks like it did because that red line usually indicates how high it went. But not too worried about that. We'll check that out in a minute. Rocks the boat. That's good. That means there's some torque input in here. It really, this is sitting here with nothing on the controls, and already rotating. Now this is a European helicopter, so it will rotate differently than U.S. helicopters. But this is, I'm just sitting here idling. I don't know if I'm supposed to do that or not. But anyway, let's go ahead and take off SAS system off. Ooh. Get back facing the right way. Ooh, goodness. That was a little bit more unstable than it's been. So, from last time and this time, so that's and it's definitely more unstable of a helicopter, that's for sure. But still, yeah, there's definitely more torque. It's definitely wanting to yank itself around. But being a European helicopter, it will do the opposite of, say, a Bell or Sikorsky. It rotate the opposite direction. But anyway, let's go ahead and see if we can stable this thing out. Roll seems a little. That could just be the helicopter. I'm not gonna get this stable out here. All right, we're in a stable forward flight, 60 knots. Um, quite a bit of forward motion, not quite a bit. Not nearly as much as before. Good. See if we can land this thing without the SAS. Definitely a lot more unstable. Let's go ahead and give it some power, give it some speed, and me click on the trim wheel, see if that does anything. Does not appear to do anything, but like I said, the SA system is just off, so it has something to do with it. But yeah, definitely a little harder to keep this thing under control. Like you need a little more work. Definitely some rudder, definitely some torque action going on here, so that is good. It's funny to say that making it more unflyable is an improvement, but it is a helicopter. So go ahead and turn around here and see. Whoa, wow, okay, almost rolled it. Definitely harder to fly without any stability assistant. So go ahead and get this thing on the ground. We'll turn on the SAS system and there. I'm doing 60 knots. Got about a 5-degree pitch up. Okay, now we're descending and slowing down. So that's good. Thing on the ground here. Definitely wants to slow down now. Before it did not really want to slow down, but now it definitely needs to be acting right. Definitely more unstable, especially in the roll axis. See if we can't slow our descent here. Down. Definitely using a lot more pedal. Trying to concentrate a lot more on getting this thing down. It definitely wants to pitch backwards on its own, so that makes it a little easier. All right, let's get this thing on the ground. Roll axis is very sensitive, so that's look at that, or take note of that. But definitely, oh wow, okay, definitely a lot easier. I don't want to say easier, but it's um, more realistic, more as expected. So before, this helicopter was hard to hover and land because it wasn't acting like a helicopter. So um, all my muscle memory for flying helicopters wasn't doing it. It was like having the opposite effect. So um, I was definitely so because I have muscle memory on flying helicopter, how to react without thinking about it. Being that it's more unstable makes it more realistic or easier to fly because my muscle memory is doing what it's reacting to what I'm expecting it to do. So okay, let's go ahead and turn SAS system off. We're going to leave the auto trim off for now. But let's go ahead and let's try to make a little more stable of a takeoff here. But all right, that is definitely got the torque in there. Definitely working good, and it's going the opposite direction as it was before, which is proper for a European helicopter. Not as much as I would think I would need, but it is definitely there. No rudder or no pedals, and this is about how we're going. But last time, remember, no pedals, and it was going slower, rotating slower the opposite direction. So they have definitely made some improvement with that one, and it's definitely reacting more like a helicopter, so it's easier to fly. I know what to expect from the helicopter, so it's definitely easier to fly because it is more unstable. Now with the SA system off, the roll axis and everything is a lot more stable. It's acting like it should. It's easier to fly with the SAS system on than with it off. Unlike last time where it was easier to fly with it off than with it on. So let's go ahead. One big concern was the heavy control inputs to maintain forward pitch. Speed with the helicopter. So let's go ahead and get this thing up to speed. I think I remember last time we were about 110, 115 knots. And let's do some comparison here. Get our torque up a little bit and then make a little climb and fly up. It should, yeah, okay. Appears to be, oh, maybe, no. Not getting any trim action. Now, I don't know if they changed some of the data references on here, so I need to look that up. But I still feel like I'm using a lot of forward input with this thing to fly level. But other than that, I mean, other than that, that could just be the helicopter itself. So I've never flown one of these helicopters, so that could be just how the helicopter flies. So I'm not going to say anything about that. It is a lot less force, so it is easier. Definitely a lot easier to maintain. Let's see. We can get this thing up to its top speed here. Gain a little altitude. Uh, thing speed 150 knots. Then we'll go ahead and turn the auto trim on mid-flight and see how that works. The trimming doesn't seem to be doing too much. That could just me. I had the key set up wrong. I'll have to look at that and see. But according to the aircraft, remember this key binding should affect trim. Honestly, I'm going the wrong way with it. We're at a 700 knot climb. Set backwards or something here. Yeah, it doesn't seem to be doing too much, but we'll have to look into that a little further. Okay, let's get a little more torque. Level out. I'm gonna turn here. Need to get this thing heading back to Orlando. Definitely a lot easier to maintain pitch, so it's not all over the place like last time. I still have some rudder pedal in here. Like last time, I didn't use rudder pedals at all, really. But definitely a lot more stable, a lot easier to maintain pitch, and the speed's going up, so that's good. But still a lot of forward on the cyclic. Type of thing again. Now we're diving, but that could be. Put the landing gear up. Full loop there. It was easier to maintain pitch not coming out of it, and I'm putting a lot of forward pitch into this thing. I need to look and see if I have the trim set up correctly or not. That just doesn't seem. They say they keep working on it, but I'm not seeing any noticeable improvement. So we are 140 knots. I'm still a lot of forward. This thing. Let's head back towards see. Because I put so much forward when I go to turn, I don't. When you come off of it a lot more. Turn, it doesn't seem you have to put so much in, but let's see. It could be realistic or not of the actual aircraft, but trim is what's bugging me is I can't seem to get that to work. So I'll have to look into that and maybe update if I figure out how to fix that or figure that out. Maybe it's a user error, and I kind of hope it is a user error because we've done a lot of work on this aircraft. All right, let's go ahead and set the auto trim. Wrong button. Auto trim on. See how that affects anything here. I don't know if it's doing anything at all or not. Seems to be changing. But the flight model and flight characteristics of the aircraft are a lot better. As you come out of the roll, I gotta put in more and more forward. Okay, so I'm using both trims, the default X-plane trim and the aircraft itself's trim. I'm trying to see if I can get to a neutral I keep saying that, neutral cyclic, and the trim's working. But feels like it's doing something. I'm coming back a little bit on the pressure. I mean, I don't know. I have to look at the trim. The only problem I'm having with this aircraft, as of right now, it flies great. I love it. Awesome aircraft. I actually really do. It's really nice. It's fun to fly now. My only issue is the trim. I'm assuming it's user error, so we'll have to take a look at that here in a bit. Maybe in a second video, I will, if I can fix the problem, show you guys the problem. But let's go ahead and set our autopilot on. Let's turn that on. Heading for autopilot. Heading. Right. So now we're in autopilot. Go ahead and turn our doing that. I shouldn't have any control of the vertical speed. Oh, really helps if I turn that on. That was my bad. Okay, there we go. That was user error. I forgot to turn on the do a nosedive. Take it back to the altitude I set it at. I wasn't really stable when I turned it on, but that's okay. That's all user error right there. But that's the autopilot. Vertical speed. Setting. I wish I could hold it and let it go, but it doesn't want to click it every time. But probably have, if that's the way the real aircraft works, then that's fine. So I have no issues with that. But the autopilot works great. Just cruising along now. So, I mean, great aircraft. Oh my gosh, they did so much work with this aircraft. So I'm definitely a big fan now. Let's go ahead and send. We're going to send with the autopilot on. Our speed. Down our torque a little bit. Come in and land. That will conclude this video. But definitely a huge improvement. Great job. Great job, guys. Great job. The trim issue, I'm going to look into that a little further and see. I'm hoping it's me. It's got to be me. So we'll look into that a little further and see. So let me loop around and we'll land this aircraft. All right, we're on a final approach for runway 18 right here. We're a little high, but that's okay. We're not aiming for the numbers. We're going to aim, kind of fly down the runway a little bit. Get going, gears down. Parking brake is off. And just coming in, watching our vertical speed and watching our indicated airspeed. Definitely have to use some rudder pedal on this one to keep it going the direction I want it to go. That's a good indication that they got working very nicely. And here, watching our vertical speed and our indicator speed, we want those both to. We want to maintain the vertical speed. We want our indicator speed to come down. We're aiming kind of for the other side of the runway because park in that area. Ramp anyway, so the signature FBO. Got some rudder pedal in to keep this thing facing the right direction. And at this next taxiway, next concrete taxiway, that is. We want to cancel out our vertical speed and decrease our forward velocity. We will land and see how taxi does here. All right, helicopter is reacting the way it should, so that's good. It flies a little different last time, so I'm just trying to get used to that. Good. Right. Sucker on the ground. There we go. All right, now a little bit of. Whoops. We got too much. I don't know. We doing that or not? Unlock the nose wheel and a little bit of forward, a little bit of collective, and then forward, and we should be able to roll. Taxiing seems a little less sensitive this time, so a little easier to control. That's nice. I don't know if it's the same with the nose wheel lock on or off. It is off right now, so definitely a little easier to taxi. It's a little less sensitive while I'm rolling forward. Definitely have to have some anti-torque going here on the pedals. Oh, that was my fault. I hit the bump the collective. So that was not the plane. All right, Go ahead and get it parked over here with the hover taxi. But definitely reacts a lot better. Definitely flies like it should. I think there's a little more improvement that could be made, but they're definitely in the right direction. Definitely going in the right direction. But once you land this thing here, I'm going to go take a look at the trim, figure out if it's me that's has something set up wrong. I'll get back to you in another video, kind of show you what I did to fix it or what was going on. Definitely a joy to fly this helicopter now. Very nice. A lot of improvement going in the right direction. You guys are doing a great job. Can't wait for the future of this aircraft. It's definitely going to be flying the sucker more now that it's flying like a helicopter. Good job, guys. Good job. All right. Oops. Park it and use the idle. Make sure that the temperature doesn't spike like it did last time when we shut these off. The temperature spike. I don't think you should have to be using rotor pedal to keep this thing from turning when you're idle. So that might be something to look at. But other than that, I mean, we're doing pretty good. So let's go ahead and turn this to the off mode to see the temperature spikes at all. Not at all. Push for all. Okay. Oh, spike. Good. Spike. Good. Nice that I fixed that. I wasn't paying attention when I started it up, so I'll go back and look at the video, see if I was looking at the screen or not. But definitely some good improvements, guys. Great job. Great job. Definitely would recommend this helicopter now. Guys, have a good day.